This has been, in this rig, this has been a 3-year process of fine-tuning exactly what I need and what I don't need.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my next video. Today we're meeting Ken. Hi Ken.
Hi.
And you are in a beautiful Jeep.
Yes.
And you're not, is that a rooftop tent on the top?
No, sir.
No?
No, sir.
Well,
That's just storage.
Can you sleep?
Well, I'm one of the few people that tend to sleep inside the vehicle, not on top of the vehicle.
Right.
I'm really a fan of the stealth camping.
So you're out discovering the country in your Jeep. Do you have a YouTube channel or anything?
I do. You can find me, search Backcountry Nomad. YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
Very good, very good. So folks, go ahead and go check out his channel. I love what you're doing.
Yeah.
But you got to live really, really small to do what you're doing.
I think it's tougher if you're 2 people.
Oh,
I mean, you could do it if you were pulling a trailer.
Yes.
But to do it with 1 person, it's going from a transit, you know, where you can stand up and move around, to this. There's definitely some sacrifices, but this will go places that I got so sick of getting stuck with that van.
Yeah.
And now I never get stuck, and I can winch myself out.
So I'm very curious how you can live in a 2-door, 4-door Jeep. So walk us through it.
All right. Well, I've got pretty much everything you could really need. I've got these gun cases up top. Those gun cases are hollowed out, and inside of those, I've got all my recovery gear, winches and pullers and all kinds of stuff if I get myself in a jam. I've also got one of those little lava boxes that I use propane. So if at night I want a campfire and you can't, have a wood burning fire, I've got that. Also in the cold temperatures, that lava box is outstanding for just keeping you warm. So that's what I put a lot of storage up top here. I tend to store the things that I don't need every day. Over here, I've got a batwing canopy that, as you can see earlier, takes me literally, what, a minute and a half to set up.
Right.
It's a great way to get out from out of the sun, out of the rain. I use an ice chest. I actually have a 12-volt ice chest that's the size that you plug in, but I like cold drinks, and I drink a lot of iced tea and herbal tea. I like ice cubes. If you've got people that have ice chests and they don't like how all this stuff gets wet all the time,
yeah, that's always a problem.
I've kind of solved that problem. And what I do is I use these Tupperware containers.
Oh, yeah.
So I put my ice right in there.
Sure.
Anytime I want to drink, I just get some ice. If I fill it, usually a big bag will fill. I've got 2 of them in here, and usually 2 days, 3 days. So, if you're on a budget and you don't want to spend money on ice, I can understand that, but I'm not so worried about, a couple dollars for a bag of ice every couple days, few days.
Speaking about the ice chest versus cool fridge, 12-volt compressor fridge, are you running any solar?
No. So what I do have is, I'll show you over here. Underneath my bunk, I'm running a backup auxiliary battery. I can actually slide that out, and I'll show you that. I've got a power converter, and because I'm not typically tending to stay in place for more than 2 days, 3 days would be a long time for me. I'm always generating power, so.
You're driving.
Yeah. And about a rig like this, space is critical.
Right.
So pack an extra solar, all that sort of thing.
Right.
Extra space, know. I've got this rack that goes on top of my tire, and inside I have a tote that I can put here if I want more space on the inside. What's nice about this also is when I open, now I've got my full galley right here.
Oh, wow.
So I've got all of my cooking utensils and anything I would want for camp there. I've got all my dry supplies and food. I've got a drop-down table.
Nice, really nice.
So I can put my stove in my chair, and I can sit. I can work on my laptop if I need to. But you really have to utilize like every inch of space. You've got a box for utility, tie downs, tape, anything you can fix. I wanted to just mention elastic bands and Ziploc bags solve a whole ton of problems for me. I always carry tons of them.
And your feet go under the shelf.
Yeah, so a lot of guys, their bunks, they build like storage underneath, and that's fine. But the problem is that when you sit up in the front, you'll see that when we walk around, I can sit up and I can move around, and having storage on top of your feet seems to be a better option for me. I carry this ladder so I can get up to my cases up top really easy. It slides in underneath. Also underneath this is just a board. I've got a table. So if I'm setting up long term, I can put a nice big table up. I've got a bucket with case of emergency, right? Me myself, I'm more of a shovel in the woods kind of guy, but you know, if you're stuck on the New Jersey Thruway and you get no options, you've always got that as a backup. The kitty litter in the plastic bags, that tends to be a good resource. So that's the back of the rig. Also, I always have a bug out bag, hat for sun, sleeping bag.
Yeah.
When it gets cold.
Yeah.
This time of year, we don't need that, but so that's the back of the rig. I carry 2 of these chairs, one for me, and if I run into company. So now inside the rig, this is what I'm talking about. A lot of guys that are sleeping on top of their gear, they're not getting that headroom. So I've taken the back seats out. And that gives me, if I pull this bunk forward, also gives me storage underneath.
Right, in the wheel well.
Yep.
Footwell. So
So underneath there, I've got an auxiliary battery with a power inverter. And then I have all my Ryobi 18 volt. I have a fan and I have a lantern. That tote there is also my clothes. So got a real easy system for clothes, which is I roll up all my clothes, and if they're rolled up and they're elastic band on them, they mean they're clean. Once they're dirty, they go in the plastic bag. When I'm out of room in the plastic bag, it's time to go to the laundromat. I also have this.
Oh yeah.
It's portable shelter. If if we're more in a public area or there's people around camping, you want some stand-up privacy, you've always got that. One other thing that I have that I didn't bring on this trip is I have an electric bike, same bike that you had. And it folds up and I bring it with me. What I have is a square hitch mount that has a swivel that will open up and swing out in front of the tire. Made a custom mount for it. So when I have my bike with me, it actually mounts up. Let me close this up. It actually mounts up high enough to where it doesn't really drag. So you can make a mount, you can buy an adapter to put your bike on the back of your rig. A little bit of customization. You can bring your electric bike with you.
Nice.
I didn't bring it this trip because I was doing a lot of miles and I'm doing a lot of backcountry. So I needed a little more clearance. In the front of the rig, I have a water filter that screws on so you can get some stream water and filter it if you want to.
Right.
Also, I carry water. I usually carry these, I think they're 2-gallon jugs. Those are non-drinking water. This is my drinking water. I like to make tea when I'm driving. So I drink a lot of iced tea. This is herbal tea. Calamine, I think they call it. And or peppermint. So I always have that. I make it concentrated, then I mix it. Squirt bottle. Backup battery for my CPAP. I use a CPAP. And then this is my travel companion. I got my glasses, my sunglasses. Yep. So another inverter. Plug-ins. One plug-in or a cigarette lighter. I can charge all my any gear I need, any camera stuff, any of that. Got these bullet mounts, so I can navigate with Gaia.
Oh yeah.
I navigate with Gaia here.
That's a phone app.
Yep. And I've got my cell phone. So as long as I have cell service, I stay in touch. Yeah, so one of the other things I carry with me is this little Garmin Mini InReach.
You bet.
And you can get a phone app that'll connect to it. So because the controls on this, if you're trying to text, you can get a plan so that if you're off grid, you can send a text out to I mean, it's not something you don't want to do a lot, but if you want to get, a text off to family or something, tell them you're okay, you can do that. Cell phone app, it connects with this. Great little device.
Which is
So
funny, probably.
yeah, especially if it's just to check in,
Yeah.
And if you have to send a text and you're over your limit, it might be an extra $1 or something, but yeah.
Right.
But got to have one of those.
Absolutely.
Yeah, covered a lot of bases. I always carry my laptop with me. I've also got a full photography studio.
Yeah, boy, you've got an amazing setup here for such a teeny tiny space.
Yeah, I would definitely encourage people to, if they're holding back on, thinking that an SUV or a small vehicle, it's not possible to live in. I think you just need to really just work on just minimizing,
Right.
getting just downsizing. And this has been, in this rig, this has been a 3-year process of fine tuning exactly what I need and what I don't need. You tend to, when you first start off, you tend to bring everything in the kitchen sink, and then over time goes by, the more you do it, the less you figure. And you know what? If worst comes to worst, is always Walmart. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Pick it up if you have to.
Yeah, but thanks for the opportunity to meet with you and talk with you.
You bet. So tell us your YouTube channel again.
My YouTube channel, you can find me at Backcountry Nomad.
Very good.
Facebook and or YouTube. I do a little on Instagram as well, but that's the best way to get a hold of me.
Right. So go check them out, folks. I think you'll enjoy it. Those of you who have a hankering to get into the backcountry, it's a great resource for you. Well, folks, hope you got something out of this video. If you did, like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and we'll talk to you on the next video. See you then.